Welcome to another episode, everyone. 4Extra. Did he do the unthinkable with a carrot? That's the rumor. That 4Extra from Rolling 40s, who was in the Los Angeles County Jail at the time, he is now free. Welcome home. Stay free. Knocked out an opposition of his, allegedly, someone from Hoover. That's the rumor, right? You've heard it. That 4Extra knocked out someone from Hoover. And while the dude was knocked out and unconscious, 4Extra took a carrot that you get on the dinner plate or your lunch and did the unthinkable with the carrot while this dude was knocked out cold. Ensuing was and is a war, according to the powers that be. There's a war brewing and even going on in the Los Angeles County Jail over this situation, allegedly. In retaliation for 4Extra, the rumor goes, sticking the carrot where it doesn't belong. Some Bloods caught a Crip, supposedly from East Coast, and stuck a sausage in a pickle up his new you-know-what. In retaliation. Now, a lot of this makes no sense. And I caught a lot of flack. I caught heat for saying that the boy YC was a snitch, and he is not. At least there is no paperwork. He's not on the PCR. I was mistaken. I had to eat crow, and I accepted that. But many people made a video about it, about my miscommunication, about my mistake, about me misspeaking. Everyone had something to say, had a whole lot of energy. But now we have a situation where a rumor was put out on 4Extra. A rumor that can indeed ruin his reputation. Certainly ruins the reputation of the victim, of the recipient of this carrot. And there's no proof that any of this happened. From my understanding, somebody received a phone call from their homeboy in the county jail, and they told them this story. You took the story and ran with it. Now, even if you come with a story and say, this is just what I heard, I don't know if it's true, I'm not saying that it's true, my homeboy just called me and told me this. So you're still putting it out on someone. You're still naming names and saying what you heard about this individual. So let's say that you heard that this individual was snitching, that your homeboy called you and say, so-and-so is in the county jail and he's a snitch, but you don't have the paperwork, you don't read it, you don't read the paperwork, you don't even know if this is true. And then you make a video and say, my homeboy called me and say, he heard old boy is a snitch, and you say the person's name. What if he's not a snitch? So even though you're saying, I'm not saying he is, that's just what I heard. That's just what my homeboy told me. You know, don't put my name on it. No, we're gonna put your name on it. Because you're repeating what your homeboy told you, and we don't know if this is true. So we don't know what happened with 4Extra. Now, I was curious. So I called in and I talked to the homies yesterday. Man, y'all heard about this shit? This dude supposedly knocked out one of the homies and violated him. Now, the homies say, yeah, we've heard that nonsense. 4Extra denies it. First of all, there's no one from the hood with that name. With the name, I'm not even going to repeat the name because this shit is, if it has any validity to it, it's all up in the air. It's questionable. The circumstances are dubious at best. They say, and I never heard of that name either, that there's no one from the hood with that name. So we can start there. It starts and stops there. Now, it could be that the name was mistaken, that whomever 4Extra knocked out allegedly and violated allegedly was a different name. Could he be someone from a different hood? But the rumor is on the internet, on YouTube, that it was someone from Hoover with a particular name that none of us have heard of before, that was handicapped in a wheelchair or something. Some disabled individual claiming Hoover, the rumor has it, got knocked out by 4Extra. This is someone from Hoover. He's disabled. 4Extra said, I don't care. I have no mercy on you. Disabled or not, you are op. We got a hound lap. Knocked him out, supposedly, and then stuck a carrot where it doesn't belong. Now, what I can say, well, first of all, let's just address that. 4Extra denies this. 4Extra, as you all know, or many of you know, is free now. He's out of jail. He's out of the Los Angeles County Jail as a few days ago, a week ago, or whatever it may be. He took to No Jumper to Adam 22 and denied all of this, said that this shit never happened. He was denying it while he was in jail, said he ain't. Now, of course, he would deny something like this, because if you're violating someone in this way, first of all, that's great. It doesn't matter that it's a man. It doesn't matter that it's a man. If you're sticking a foreign object in someone, man or woman, that's great. That's assault, period. Back in the days, in the 80s, 70s, even early 90s, it was not frowned upon to do these sort of, act out these sort of behaviors against someone who was accused of a particularly heinous crime. They justified it by saying that he was accused and convicted or whatever of this particular crime. We want him to feel the same thing that the victim felt, was the rule of thumb. So I brought you stories before where people have indeed had broomsticks, mops, bananas, peanut butter poured on the backside. They've been violated. I've never partaken. I've never got involved. When the pants come down, I'm out. I want nothing to do with that. If it's that bad, if he's so bad, just delete him, erase him. But this is too zesty for me. I don't give a damn what you say, that you sticking it in him to humiliate him, to degrade this person. And that's how they was getting away with it back in the day. Man, we just humiliating him, degrading him. It's no gratification for us doing this. It's just humiliation for him. What do we get out of sticking a mop bucket up in someone? We're not sticking our, whatever in them. We're not getting any sexual gratification. We just want to humiliate this person the same way that this person humiliated his victim. So when you come in there for a crime against a woman and it's of a predatory nature, then you can expect this sort of retribution. But now it's not looked upon as the same. Now people look at that and say, if you pull another man's pants down and stick something in him, then you're zesty. You're gay. That's just it. I don't give a damn. You're gay. And I pretty much agree with that. And so it would make sense that 4Extra would deny such an allegation. Because people say, well, of course he's going to deny it. He's not going to come out from the LA County Jail, do an interview and say, yeah, I did that. I knocked him out, pulled his pants down, saw his butt cheeks, and stuck something up in him. He'll lose his whole reputation. But beyond the fact that he's denying it, there's no proof. Now, I asked the homie as well yesterday, why is there a war in the county jail if this didn't happen? Why was there a fallout? And he said, well, you know how it is. Once a rumor gets started, then it just goes up from there. Motherfuckers start taking off on each other because of the rumor. And then once it's up, it's up. Once it's going, it's going. And that's how it is. Once it's up, it's up. Once it's going down, there's no, calling it back until all is said and done. So it could be that, or it could be that the war is going on over something else. It's all under investigation right now. I'm investigating myself personally. I'm talking to the powers that be, and I'll bring you the updated information as I receive it as to what this war is really about in the Los Angeles County Jail right now between the Crips and the Bloods, the East Coast, and everybody that's supposed to be involved in this war, the Hoovers. And whether or not there's any validity to these rumors about 4Extra. Now, I will never fully be able to confirm whether it's true or not, regardless of who tells me this, that's there, because I'm not there. And I wasn't there. And I'm not going back there. So, I don't know. And since I do not know, I'm not going to put it out there that 4Extra is guilty of this sort of diabolical behavior without any proof to back it up. Why? You're not supposed to make a video like that, right? You're supposed to check your facts. You're supposed to make sure. You're not supposed to put something out and it's just a rumor and it's something that you have not confirmed or cannot confirm. Again, regardless if you're saying, this is just what I heard, I'm not saying it's true, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, I ain't saying it's true. I'm just saying I heard dude is a snitch. I'm not saying it's true though. Well, why are you even saying that? Why are you putting this in our heads? Why are you putting that out there if you don't know that it's true? Wait until you know that it's true before you speak on it. With my situation, with the boy YC from H-Ray Gangster, I thought that was true. It's not just something that I was in the county jail with him. I was, and the people that he was involved in the case on. And this is what they told me when the case was over. But I was there. I went on the street and somebody called me talking about something happened over here. I was there involved in that whole situation. And people on his case did snitch. He just wasn't one of them, and I thought he was. My bad. But I'm not sitting right here, listening to shit people saying up in there and then come and bringing it to y'all with a caution, hey, I don't know if this is true or not, but let me just still put it out there. Because now look what, it snowballs, it's a rumor, everybody's talking about it, and it may very well not be true. But 4Extra could very well forever be tainted. Because the people who don't like him are going to believe it's true, whether it's true or not. And again, I don't know. What I do know is that I talked to my comrades yesterday. They don't know anyone by that name from Hoover. I've never heard of anyone by that name from Hoover. But I'm older now. There's a lot of new young dudes coming up with different names and all that. So I don't know. But that's why I had to check in. But the homie said, man, we ain't never heard of that name, bro. We ain't got nobody from Hoover with that name. This dude ain't knocked out nobody from Hoover and stuck a carrot up in, and it ain't happened. You know what I'm saying? This is for sure just a bullshit rumor that people putting out there on this man. That's the word that I got. So my purpose of this video is not to confirm or deny whether 4Extra is guilty of these accusations. I'm not there. I was not there. I don't know. My purpose instead is to tell you that this sort of thing does happen, because people have asked me, man, is that even possible? Do people actually do this sort of thing in there? It's possible. This sort of thing does happen. It has happened in the past. It was much more prevalent in the past. Foreign objects going inside of someone who was accused of a dastardly crime for humiliation's sake. But it's much more uncommon these days because it's frowned upon. And again, 4Extra denies this. No one has been able to confirm this. So it's just out there right now. But he said that it didn't happen. Again, my purpose is to let you know that this sort of thing does happen. It does happen behind bars. and to let you know that it's just a rumor about this shit with 4Extra. No one has been able to confirm this. So in my estimation, it should have never been put out there. If it was just a rumor and you can't confirm it, you should have never put it out there. Whether you put it out there with the whether you prefaced it with saying, I don't know if it's true, people. Just what I, fuck all that. Because when I had something to say about this dude, everybody had something to say about it. Keep that same energy right now, putting out shit on motherfuckers, and we don't know for a fact. And again, these rumors can get both parties unalived. Yes, both of them. So, even though some people will say, well, it's not his fault. If he was knocked out and unconscious, you can control what someone does after that. Once you're knocked out, you can control what someone does. You can't stop them, you're knocked out. So it's not necessarily any fault of his, but people will still put it on him for getting knocked out and allowing it to happen, even though there's not much that you can do if you're knocked out. But people will still find a way to put it on him and to make him suffer for humiliating the game like that. So these rumors are very weighty. They're very heavy. It can end people's lives and careers. So I just would think that one would fact check before you disseminate these sort of rumors of this nature. Fact check, which y'all told me to do. Make sure you know what the fuck you talking about before you talk about it. That's what they told me. Keep that same energy. Now, again, I don't know whether it's true or not. I wasn't there. No one who wasn't there knows whether it was true or not. No one who was not in the cell. Even if you were next door, you don't know what happened in that cell. You can hear, you don't know what's going on over there if you don't see it with your own eyes. So only people that know if this is true or not are the people that were involved, the people that were inside of that cell when this incident, this alleged incident transpired. That's it, no one else. And we'll probably never know. You either take 4Extra word that he didn't do this or you don't. Again, I don't know. I'm gonna take him at his, he said that this didn't happen, and I talked to the homies, they don't know nothing about this dude and his name. Why would blood, if 4Extra knocked out a Hoover and violated him in this way, why would the blood catch a Crip and violate them? The Bloods got the Hoovers back like that? So there's some things that are not adding up, some holes in the story, some shit that doesn't make sense to me. Having been there and lived it for years behind those bars and know how things work and how these politics work, which you can and cannot do. Some things are not adding up, but again, I wasn't there. So I don't know. This sort of thing does transpire behind walls. I'm going to find out exactly what the war is in that county jail. Is it over 4Extra and this Carrot situation or not? I'm going to get to the bottom of it because people are putting Hoover in it now. People are saying that the Hoover was violated. These dudes hate Hoover so much, man. They hate Hoover so much, bro. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wish. I don't think so. It's not going to be accepted. It's going to go up bad. If dude is handicapped and cannot protect himself, we going to protect him. And if you violate our people like that, it's all bad. We looking to delete you, bro. This ain't no fucking game. You ain't finna play with our people like that. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what makes me think I would know about it. But just for the purposes, I'm gonna investigate, do my due diligence, and find out exactly what I can find out about this particular situation and bring it to you. And I'm not going to speak on it further until I know for sure, or at least get some information with individuals that were there and an individual who witnessed it. Because if you were just there and you didn't witness it, then you're just going off of the rumor that you heard as well. There's only one real way to get to the bottom of it. Someone who witnessed it. Other than that, I can't bring you any information. If I can't find someone who witnessed it, I won't bring it to you. Because I'm not finna put a jacket on someone and I don't have the proof. I learned my lesson. Apparently, others have not. Stay free, people.